Suppose you have a lot of images and right now you need to convert them into a PDF file. What will you do? You will use a third-party software or website to convert your images into PDF. Even some of them will charge you money for it. But after watching this Python project, you don't need to depend on any other third-party software or website to do it. Hi everyone, welcome to our another Python project. And in this Python project, we're going to create an image to PDF converter tool using Python completely from scratch. Just let me show you a quick demo what we're going to create in this Python project. So this is our application. Here you can see that we have an image to PDF converter tool. And here we have a button, we have a blank space, we have an input section, and then we have a convert to PDF button as well. Now if I click on this select image button, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply select some of these images from here and then click on open. And here you can see that inside our blank space, right now we can see all the image names. And after selecting the images, I will simply add a name here. So the PDF name will be demo. And then if I click on this convert to PDF button, our image to PDF converter tool will generate a file, a PDF file. Now if I open this PDF file, and here you can see that my PDF file is now opened inside my browser. And this is the images that I have selected for my image to PDF conversion. And as you can see that all the images which I have selected a few seconds ago, right now they are all in one PDF file. And after watching this complete Python project, you will also able to create a Python image to PDF generator tool for yourself. And for making this kind of project, first you need to clear your basic programming knowledge. And if you need it to be simple and cost-free, then you are in luck, because Brilliant is here, our sponsor of this video. Brilliant is a fun and interactive learning platform offering lessons in math, data science, computer science, and more. They have a wide range of lessons for learners for all levels and are constantly adding new content. The Thinking in Code course is an exciting opportunity to learn how to turn your cool ideas into reality. During the course, you will learn how to create different applications such as Map Navigator and fun gaming projects. This project will guide you through the process of coding and help you develop the skills necessary to bring your ideas to life. Are you ready to start your journey? Brilliant is offering a free 30-day trial. Just head over to brilliant.org/tech2etc or hit the link in the description. And here is the kicker. The first 200 early people will get an impressive 20% discount on Brilliant's annual premium subscription. And right now we just have created this application for our laptop and computers. But if you want me to create a similar application for Android device or iOS device, then please do let me know in my comment section. And if you want more Python projects like this, then please do subscribe this channel, like this video, and press the bell icon for the future videos. And if you guys have any question about this video, then please do let me know in my comment section. That's it guys, let's get started. First, open your favorite code editor and then create a new folder. And then my folder name will be image to PDF. And I will simply drag this folder inside my VS Code. And from here, I will simply create a new file. And the file name will be app.py. That's it. Now for creating this Python project, we are going to use a Python library which is called Tkinter or Tkinter, however you pronounce it. So for using Tkinter, we are going to first install it inside our computer. And for installing it, simply go to your Windows Explorer. And from here, open your command prompt. And here we have to type a command which is pip install tk. And we are going to use another Python library which is below, and type enter. And as you can see that I have already installed tk and pillow inside my local machine. And after installing tk and pillow, what we have to do is we have to simply import them. First we have to write import tkinter as tk. Then from tkinter we are going to import file dialog, because we will work on our file explorer a lot. So that's why we need to add that file dialog. That's it. And now we are going to import our operating system as well. Now after importing all the necessary libraries, we need to start building our project. First of all, we are going to create a class component, and the class name will be image to PDF converter. Then first we have to initialize our self and root. So that's why it will be def __ init. And here we have to pass two things. One is self and another one is root. That's it. Now as you can see that we have to initialize our root. So for initializing, we have to first call our self dot root equal to root. That's it. Now as you can see that our root is now initialized, and after initializing our root, we have to create some important variables. So let's create one by one. First of all, we need to create a variable for our images. So that's why the variable name will be image _ path. And right now this one will be an empty array because we are going to convert multiple images into a PDF file. So that's why. So all the images will be stored inside our this image path variable. To converting our images into a PDF, we have to write a name for the PDF. So that's why we have to create another variable, and it will be self dot output PDF name. And right now we don't know the name of our PDF, so that's why it will be tk dot. So our output PDF name will be a string, so that's why we are going to use tk string. Now after this one, what we are going to do is, if I open up our application, here in our application, if I click on the select images, and right now I'm going to select multiple image, and here you can see that inside our this blank space we have our all the image names which we have been selected. Now for storing this information, we need to create a variable as well. So for creating that variable, let's add our self dot, and the variable name will be selected images list box. And for using the list inside our application, we have to use tk dot. We have to call a module which is list box. That's it. And we need to pass a root. Then we have to add select mode, and the select mode will be tk dot multiple, because we are going to store multiple image names inside our this variable. Okay, so as you can see that we have created our important variables, and right now we have to initialize our this UI. So for creating this UI, we have to simply create an instance. So that's why we have to use self dot, and now we have to create an instance name, and the instance name will be initialize _ UI. That's it. Right now this is an instance, and now we have to work on our this instance. So that's why let's define our instance, which is initialize UI, and here we have to pass our self, and inside our UI we have to simply create one by one component, like our title, our button, our this space, our input section, and our this button as well. And first we are going to create our this title, which is image to PDF converter. So for creating that, let's take a variable first, and it will be title. So for creating a title, we have to use tk dot label, and here we have to use self dot root. Then the text will be image to PDF converter. That's it. Then I want to initialize a font, so that's why it will be font, and here I have to write a font name, and it will be Helvetica. Then I will use a font size 16, and the font weight will be bold. That's it. Now here you can see that this heading is now stored inside our this variable, and inside our Tkinter we have to simply pack those variables. And while packing those variables, I'm going to add some padding. Here you can see that we have some spacing at the bottom and at the top as well. So that's why here I have to add pad y, and it will be 10. That's it. Now after creating these components, I want to see if this component is actually working or not. So for checking that, we have to simply define the main. So that's why it will be main. And here we have to call our root, and it will be tk.tk. Then we have to create a title also for our application. Here you can see that we have a title, our window name actually. This is our window name. So for creating that name, we have to add root.title, and the title name will be image to PDF. That's it. Then we have to initialize a size for our window. So that's why we have to use root.geometry. And here I will simply initialize the size of our window screen, and it will be 400 by 600. Then we need to define a main loop. So that's why root.mainLoop. That's it. Now we need to initialize this main loop as well. So that's why let's add our instance name __ name, and here it will be __ main. That's it. Now save and click right here, and then from here select run Python and run Python file in terminal. Here you can see that our program is now running. And boom guys, here you can see that we have our screen, our 400 by 600 screen, and we have our title as well. But we cannot see this title. Here we should have a title like this one. Here you can see that we have a image to PDF converter title, and I want to see this title here as well. So for doing that, here in our main loop, we have to simply call this class, which is image converter. So simply copy the name of class, and here we have to create a variable converter, and here I will simply paste our class name, and I will pass our root. Now save, and if I run again, that's it guys. Now you can see that we have a title which is image to PDF converter inside our screen. That's it. Now we have created our title for this UI, and we can see our title here. So after creating our title, we have to create a button as well, our select image button. So for creating that one, simply go to our initialize UI and simply copy this variable, then paste it here. And first we will change the variable name, and it will be select _ images _ button. That's it. And here it will be tk.button self root, and the text will be select images. And for our button, I don't want to initialize any font, but I will use a command, because if I click on the select images button, then I want to make a function work. So here we have to just type the function name, but before adding the function name, we have to initialize self dot, and after that we can write a function name, and the function name will be select images. And here inside our pack, I will use pad y, and here I will pass two values, one is 0 and one is 10. And after our button, I want to create this space, blank space, for listing all the selected images. So for creating that list, I will simply copy this line and then paste it here. Okay, remove this line. I will simply type that myself. So first we need to initialize our self, and then we need to create a variable, and the variable name will be selected _ images _ list box, and we will also pack this one here. and I need some pad y, and the padding from top and bottom will be 0, and from left and right it will be 10. Then I will add a fill, and this field will be tk.both. Then I will make this list box expandable, so that's why expand will be true. That's it. Now if I save and if I run this application, okay, right now here you can see that we do not have attribute called select images. Okay, so here you can see that we have created a command which is select images, but right now it is not defined anywhere, so that's why we are having an error. Okay, let's keep coding. After our this list box, I need to create this label, enter output PDF name. So for that label we have to create a variable, and the variable name would be label, and here we need to call tk.label, and here we have to call our self.root, and here we have to add a text as well. So the text name will be enter output PDF name. Then I will pack this variable. That's it. And after our label, I need an input section so that user can type the PDF name. That's why for storing that name, we need to create a variable. So the variable name would be PDF underscore name underscore entry. And here we need to call our tk.entry, because user will give the name to the system. So that's why tk.entry. And here we have to call our self.root. Then we need to have a text variable, and it will be self.output PDF name. And right now we didn't created our this instance yet, but we will do it inside our code. So after our self, we need to add a width. So width will be 40. Then I want to add justify. Justify will be center. And after this one, I want to pack this component as well. So that's why it will be PDF name entry dot pack. That's it. And after our name entry, we need to create our this convert to PDF button as well. Let's copy this button and paste it here. And from here, I will simply change the variable name, and the variable name will be convert underscore button. That's it. tk button self root. So the text will be convert to PDF. And here we need to simply create a new command. So the command name will be convert underscore images underscore to underscore PDF. And for our padding y, I need to add 20 from top and bottom and 40 from left and right. Okay, so for our UI, we have created a title, we have created our button, select image button, then we have created a list item, then we have created a label, then we have created an input area, and then we have created another button. Now inside our this button and this button, we have created some command. We have only created those commands, but we didn't initialize the function of these commands. So for doing that, let's go here. First of all, we will create our function for our this select image button. Here we have created a select images command. So I will simply copy this command name, and here I will simply define that command name, and here I will pass self. Now you have to understand, if anyone click on this select image button, then I want to open my file explorer, and then I will select some images. So for doing that, first let's create a variable. So for creating a variable, we have to call ourselves and then the variable name. So the variable name would be image paths. And what I want to do is, first I want to open my file explorer. So that's why we have to now call our file dialog dot ask open file names. And here I will simply pass a title. So the title name would be select images. Then I want to initialize the file type. It means which type of images we are going to accept. So that's why we have to use file types. And here I want to accept couple of formats. So that's why we need to create an array. So the image files will be in PNG format, in JPG format, in JPEG format. That's it. Now you can ask me why I am adding these asterisk symbols before our extension. So this asterisk represents the file name, and the name can be anything. So that's why anything.png, anything.jpg, anything.jpeg. We're going to accept these three formats of images inside our software. Now after selecting the images, what I'm going to do is I'm going to store all of the image names here inside our this list. So that's why we have to update the list. Initially this list will be empty, but after I select images, those image names will be stored inside our this list box. So what we have to do is we have to store the names of the images inside a variable. So for doing that, let's create a variable. But first we have to initialize self dot. Now we have to create a variable. So the variable name will be update underscore selected underscore images underscore list box. Now here you can see that I am creating detailed variable names so that you guys can understand. You can create or add any name here. I am just adding these detailed variable names so that you can understand this code later. Okay, so after creating our variable, what we have to do is we have to initialize the work of this function. So what will this function do? First of all, we have to define the function. That's it. And what this function will do is, here you can see that right now we have some names here. So if there is some names, first of all I want to clear those names, and after clearing those names, then I want to store the new image names here. So that's why first of all we need to check if there is any previous names stored here or not. So for checking that, we have to simply create a variable first. So for creating the variable, we have to call our self dot. If there is previous image names, then we have to first delete those. So that's why I will simply create a variable. So the variable name will be selected underscore images underscore list box dot delete. So I'm going to delete all the names from starting to end. So that's why 0 to tk.end. That's it. Now after deleting the previous names, I want to store the new names. So for storing the new names, I'm going to use for loop. So that's why let's add a for, and here I'm going to use our image underscore path file path variable in self dot image underscore path. And right now I'm going to store all the image names one by one. So that's why from starting I'm going to store my image path, and for storing the image path we're going to need help from operating system path dot split, and here I'm going to pass our image path. Right now here you need to understand is that why I am splitting the names, because if you see inside our this list, we just have only the names. We don't have the path slash folder slash image. No, we only have the image names. We don't have any path names here. So for deleting those path names, we are going to splitting our image names. Okay. After this, we have to store the images inside the list. So that's why let's call ourselves again dot, and here I'm going to use selected underscore images underscore list box, and I will insert only our image names, and our this image names is actually stored inside our image path. That's it. Okay, so after storing our image names, what we need to do is we need to convert our all these images into a PDF file. But before converting those images into a PDF file, user have to type a name for that PDF. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a if function here. If user does not type anything and they click on the convert to PDF button, then this application will set an autonomous name for that PDF like output.pdf. So for doing that, we need to call our this command, which is convert images to PDF, which we have created inside our convert button. So now we need to define that function. So let's define convert images to PDF, and here we have to pass ourselves. Okay, before I go forward, here you can see that I forgot to pass the self here. So that's why we have this weird warning. So here we have to pass self. That's it. Okay, so now let's go inside our this function. Okay, so first what we have to do is we have to check if user have given any name here or not. So that's why let's add a if function, and if not, it means if the user did not put or add any name. So what we have to do is we have to add our self.image path, and here we have to return something. So what we will return? I will return a autonomous name or a random name like output.pdf. So for returning that, let's create a variable, and it will be output underscore PDF path. And here we have to call our self dot output PDF name dot get. First we are going to get if user have given a name, then we will take that name, and after that name I will simply add the .pdf extension. That's it. And this will only work if user type anything, and those information is stored inside our this variable. So that's why we have to use if self dot output PDF name dot get. That's it. Or else what we have to do is we just have to throw a random name like output.pdf. So after deciding the PDF name, what you have to do is we have to initialize a page size for the PDF. The standard PDF page size is actually 612 pixel by 792 pixel. So that's why we have to add that standard size of the page. So here I'm going to create a variable which is PDF, and we have to call our canvas. Okay, so for using the canvas, we have to install another library. So what I want to do is to simply click on terminal and then new terminal, and here I have to write pip install the library name, which is report lab, and then type enter. And as you can see that I have already installed that library in my local computer. So after installing report lab, we have to simply import that on the top. From report lab, we are going to use PDF gen, and we are going to use canvas. And since I am converting images into PDF, we have to work with images as well. So that's why from below we have to import image. That's it. So after importing our canvas, we can initialize the canvas here inside our PDF. So it will be canvas.canvas. That's it. And our PDF will be saved by our output PDF path name. And also we have to initialize the page size, and the page size will be 612 pixel by 792 pixel. That's it. So guys, here you can see that we have initialized our page size of our PDF. Now what you have to do, we have to insert these images one by one inside our PDF. So for doing that, we are going to use another for loop. So let's use for, and let's take a variable, and it will be image underscore path in self dot image paths. That's it. Because all the images right now is actually stored inside our this list here. So that's why it will be image paths. So from inside the image path variable, we have to take one by one images. So that's why let's take a variable image, and we need to add image from below dot open. We are going to open the images from image path. Okay, so after taking the images from image path, what we have to do is we have to just insert the image inside a page. So for doing that, if I simply open a PDF file, here you can see that this is our page. So what we are going to do here, we will just take the image and we will place the image in the center of our page, like this image, this image, this image, and this image as well. So for placing all the images in the center of our page, what we have to do is we have to create a variable, and the variable name will be a scale factor. And right now we just have to do some basic math. So I'm going to add a min function so that I can take out the mean value of all the images. So for doing that, first of all, I will just add some default width and height of an image. So let's add a variable. It will be available underscore width. So the default width of an image 540 pixel, and the available height, and the available height of an image will be 720 pixel. That's it. Now inside my min function, I'm going to take that width, which is available width. I will divide that with the image width, and for the height I will do the same, which is available height divided by image dot height. That's it. So after the min values, we are going to now get two new different values. So the new value will be new underscore width. So the new width will be image dot width into a scale factor, and the new height will be the same, which will be image dot height into a scale factor. That's it. So these two are the main values of an image. Now these two values will help us to place the image in the center of the page. So that's why for placing the image in the center, we have to decide the x and y value. So first let's take the x underscore center. And first here what we are going to do is we are going to placing the images horizontally in the center. So for doing that, we need to take the actual page size, and we have to subtract the new width and divide by 2. That's it. After this, we have to do the same for our y value. So it will be y underscore centered, and the initial y value will be 792, which is this one, and we have to subtract the new height from it and divide by 2. That's it. So guys, here you can see that we have successfully placed our images in the center of our page. After placing the image in the center of our page, we want to add some margin as well, and the margin color will be white. So for initializing the margin, what you have to do is we have to set the color of our page. So let's take the PDF dot set field color. So the color will be white, which is 255, 255, 255, the RGB value. And we have to fill the white color from top to bottom. So that's why we have to use PDF dot rectangle. And for this rectangle, we have to add 4 value. So the color will be starting from the bottom left. That's why it will be 0 and 0. Then it will go up to 612, then 792. Then the fill will be true. So right now we have a complete white page. Now what we have to do, we have to simply add the image in the center of our page, our white page. So for doing that, let's add PDF dot draw inline image. And here I'm going to add image, and I'm going to put the image horizontally center. So that's why it will be x underscore center, then vertically center as well. That's it. Then the width of the image will be new width, Then the height of our image will be new height. That's it. Then I just want to show the image in the center of our PDF. So that's why it will be PDF dot show page. That's it. Now after creating the PDF, we have to save the PDF as well. So for saving the PDF, just use PDF dot save. That's it. So that's it, guys. Here you can see that we have successfully created our program. Now I will just simply do a quick recap of what we have done. On this top, there is nothing fancy. We just imported our libraries. Then we have created an image converter class, and inside our this class component, we have created our everything. And inside our class component, first of all, we have initialized our self and root. And inside our self and root, we have created some variables like root and the image paths, so that we can save our images inside our this path. Then we have created another variable so that we can store the PDF name. And then we have created a list box for listing all the images. Okay. And after that, we have created an instance which is initialize UI. And inside our this definition, we have created our title, this title. Then we have created our button like select image. Then we have created our list box for storing all the image names. Then we have created a label so that we can indicate the user. Then we have created an entry so that user can type their PDF name. And at the last, we have created our convert to PDF button. So after initializing all the UI components, now we have to make our application work. So that's why we have to create some functions like select images. So this select image function is coming from our this button, this select image command. So now here we just initializing the work of select image button. So if anyone click on the select image, what it will do is it will simply open up our file directory. And from our file directory, I'm going to only take this kind of images. So after taking the image, I'm going to update the image names here inside our application. So for doing that, I am initializing a function and I am defining that function here. Here what I'm going to do is I'm going to check if there is any previous names or not. If there is any previous name, then I'm going to delete it. After deleting it, I'm going to just split the name because I don't want the complete path of that image. I only need the name of that image. So that's why I am splitting that image path, and I'm just only inserting the image name. Okay. So after taking the image names, what you have to do is we have to simply, so after listing all the images, we have to now create our PDF. So for creating our PDF, first we have to decide a PDF name. And therefore that's why we have just convert to image PDF. This is a function, and this function is actually a command which is coming from our this button. Here you can see that we have a convert to image PDF button, and inside that button we have a command which is convert image to PDF. And now we are initializing our this command here. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to check if user is adding any name here or not. If user is not adding any name, then we are going to return output.pdf name. Okay, this is a random name which is output.pdf. And if user is typing any name, then we are getting that name and adding a .pdf extension after that name, and we are going to store that name inside our this variable. Okay. So after deciding the name, what you have to do is you have to now create the PDF. So for creating the PDF, we are using Canvas, and we are adding some page size which is 612 by 792. It is a standard page size. And after creating the pages, we need to insert the images inside that pages. So for inserting the image, first of all, we need to use a for loop so that we can take the image one by one. That's why we are using for loop. And we are going to take the images from our image path. And after taking the image, we have to now check the image size, if the image size will fit in the page size or not. If the image size is not equal to the page size, it is bigger or smaller, then what we have to do, we have to simply resize the image so that we can place the complete image inside our PDF. So that's why now we just have to do some calculation, basic mathematics. Here we are initializing some width and height for our image. And after initializing that, we are going to find out a scale factor. And this scale factor will be the mean value of our available width by the image width. Okay. So after getting the mean value of our this scale factor, we are going to find two new values. One is new width and one is new height. Okay. And after getting the new width and the new height, now it will help us to place the image in the center of our page. So for finding the center of our page, we have to use the X value and the Y value of our page. Okay. And after finding the center of the page, what you have to do is we have to simply add a color to the page. So normally the document or PDF color will be white. So that's why we are using a color, white color. And we are drawing our PDF with white color from bottom left to top right. Okay. And after drawing the color, then we are going to draw the image in the center of our page. Then we are going to show the page and we are going to save the PDF. And here you can see that this is just a main loop. Okay. And inside our main loop, we are taking our Tkinter, then we are adding a title name, then we are calling our class, which is image to PDF converter. Then we are adding a size, then we are calling our main loop, and this is our main loop. So this is our program, guys. We just have created a Python project, and in this Python project, we have created an image to PDF converter. Now I will simply save the file and I will run the file. And that's it, guys. Here you can see that we have our tool, image to PDF converter. Okay, let's add a different name here. It will be image to PDF converter 2. Now save. And if I run this application, here you can see that image to PDF converter 2. Okay. Now if I click on this select image, here you can see that our file explorer is now opening, and we can select some images from here. And from here, I will simply select some random images. That's it. And open. And here you can see that in the list, the image names is now stored. And now here I will add an image name. So the image name will be new doc. That's it. And if I click on this convert to PDF button, this application will generate a PDF file inside our this folder. So let's click on convert to PDF button. Okay, I think we have some error here. Just let me see. Okay, so here we have set field color, but we have to define the color format, which is RGB format. So here it will be RGB. That's it. Now save. And if I run this application again, okay, so now here you can see that we have our image to PDF converter tool. Now I will simply select some images. That's it. Now click on open, and here you can see that all the image names is now listed here. Now I will just write a name, PDF name. So the name will be new doc. Now if I click on this convert to PDF button, here inside our folder a new PDF file will be generated. Now if I click on this convert to PDF button, boom guys, here we have our PDF. Now simply open that PDF, this new doc PDF. That's it guys. Here you can see that we have our all three images, these three images, and these three images is now perfectly stored inside our PDF, and they are in the center of our page. Here you can see that all the images is now center of our page. So that's it guys. Here you can see that we have just created our image to PDF converter tool using Python. Right now we have only created this application for Windows users, but if you want me to create a similar application for Android users and for iOS users, then please do let me know in my comment section. If this Python project gets 1000 comments, then I will definitely create a similar application for Android users and for iPhone users as well. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this project, and if you guys really do, then please do subscribe this channel like this video and press the bell icon for the future videos. And if you guys have any question about this video, then please do let me know in my comment section. That's it guys. Let's see you in our another project.